Making mistakes is inevitable. Sometimes they're small and sometimes big, but no matter the size of your error, you'll need to know how to bounce back like a boss if you want to succeed in life. There are going to be times when we fail. We're bound to make mistakes and stumble headfirst into failure as we learn how to navigate this thing called life. The problem as humans is that we aren't happy with failure. We hate it and try to avoid it at all cost, and sometimes pretend like it never happened in the first place. But here's an important life lesson. Making mistakes just might be the best thing to ever happen to you. In this video, we will talk about ways to help you recover from your mistakes and keep moving forward in life. First, let's explore why we hate to make mistakes. And to admit them. It isn't the mistake so much, as it's the admission that we aren't perfect. We also hate to make mistakes because we don't want to be associated with failure. The idea of being a failure itself is so terrifying that we'd rather pretend it never happened, or try to cover it up and hope no one notices. The fear of failure can stop you from trying new things and leading a successful and fulfilling life. When you're afraid to fail, you stop yourself before you even start. But here's why making mistakes isn't so bad: they're a learning experience. Failures are gold mines for growth. That's why dwelling on mistakes isn't healthy, so moving on from them is essential. And doing it quickly. Here are 7 ways to bounce back from your mistakes. 1. Recognize your mistakes. Acknowledge that you do make mistakes, and it's not a reflection of your character. You may have screwed up, but you're still trying. You are no worse and no better than you were yesterday. Humans make mistakes. It's a part of life, and it is important to accept that we're going to be wrong sometimes because our brains are wired for the knowledge that we cannot know everything. We need failure to learn and grow. You're not a sum of your mistakes. They don't define you. Instead, they provide an opportunity to learn about yourself. If we only live life without genuinely experiencing it, how will we ever know ourselves? And better yet, how can we help others out there when things don't go well? 2. Take ownership and accept the consequences. By taking ownership and accepting the consequences, you're making a statement that says, "It's my problem." You're also telling yourself that you are responsible for your life and all of its actions. It's not easy to do, but it removes you from a victim mentality mindset. Taking ownership in your life allows you to take the right steps towards a solution. 3. Stop blaming others. Find the blame in you. The only one who can fix the mistakes you've made is you. Your mistakes are yours alone, and no one else should take them on as their own. Getting angry and pointing fingers only make a mistake worse, and you look like a total jerk. In the end, taking ownership makes you stronger, wiser, and more aware than before. Most importantly, it makes you a person with integrity. 4. Take time to reflect on your mistake. Spend time reflecting on your mistake and figure out what really happened. Understanding what happened will help you grow personally, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Remind yourself that it's okay to have emotions and reflect on them. And that it's okay not to feel perfect, or like you're going through this alone. 5. What can you do differently the next time? When you make mistakes, you have to figure out what caused the problem and what can be done to prevent future occurrences. Ask yourself questions like, what was I thinking? Why did I do that, and how can this be fixed? Then put a plan in place so you can avoid making the same mistake over again. 6. Talk about your feelings with someone who cares. To bounce back from your mistakes, you need to talk about them. And a trusted friend or mentor is a great place to start. If you have a good relationship with someone else and feel comfortable opening up to them, it will be easier for you to move through the experience without getting stuck in your head. 7. Accept that you are imperfect. So, if all of this seems overwhelming, give yourself a break. Maybe that's the best thing we can do. Look at your mistakes as learning opportunities. This is the only way we can learn and grow as people. Dr. Wayne Dyer likes to point out that the real doers in our society don't have the time to listen to criticism from others or themselves. That's because they're too busy doing, making mistakes, improving, and making progress. How you deal with your own mistakes will be a determining factor in how you feel about yourself, even if no one else sees your mistake but you. There's nothing wrong with saying, "I was wrong." It just shows that you learn from your own experiences and can grow as a person. So, let's give ourselves the chance to be imperfect. To admit when we're wrong and not hide behind some superficial idea of perfection or worthiness. What do you think? What has been most helpful for you in terms of moving past your own mistakes? How do you deal with making mistakes? Please share below. If you'd like more ideas on moving on from mistakes, then take a look at the description below, where I've added a couple of my favorite authors and books. And if you found this information helpful, be sure to like and share it. Until later.